Our vision is to become a net exporter of green energy in the region.
Now, many people don't know that Albania's energy production is 100% renewable. And today, Dr. Kadja is going to share Albania's experience using the 5 key features of public-private collaborations, sustainable investments, workforce development, smart regulations, and thoughtful initiatives. He's going to tell us how these were used in Albania's energy transformation. Tell us about the process of achieving this incredible feat in Albania's green transition.
First of all, I need to remind maybe the audience that Albania used to be under communism, like most of the other countries in the region. And in the 5-year plan that the communism had, they didn't regard the cost to the environment. So any pollution that would happen, as long as you had to achieve economic growth and you would achieve industrial production, then it would be fine. So it wasn't always the case that electricity was 100% produced by renewables. It used to be also coal. When the industry collapsed and then there was less demand for coal production for energy, and given I guess every country has its own characteristics in terms of minerals or geography. Our country has lots of water, so it's a lot of mountainous, and we use hydro to produce energy. But there was only government, state-owned enterprises that were producing at the time. The demand for economic demand was increasing, economic growth, and keeping up with the demand, the government 15 years ago decided to also liberalize and to get private investment into producing and into investing in producing hydro electricity, so hydro plants in producing electricity. Only 13 years ago, 15 years ago, it was 0% the amount produced by private entities in the total demand for energy. Today is more than 35% of the total consumption that we have in the country. There was a lot of financing was going to the private sector, and what happened is the government, given it was a new market or we didn't have much experience in using this vehicle for investment, actually guaranteed a purchasing price for, let's say, 10 to 15 years, which would give a guarantee to the commercial banks to give credit, and that's how it happened that there was a lot of investment. Given this success, now we are also focusing in other renewables. What happened is that given the Russian-Ukraine war, the electricity prices in Europe went through the roof. And you are in a dilemma. As a government, what should you do? Should you increase the price, or do you want to keep the economy going and then maybe have a clear vision for the future? So we are struggling at the time in finding what's the best solution.
And when was the turning point when the Albanian government decided that they needed to be 100% renewable? It's no small feat. It must have taken huge investment and huge efforts.
It's still. The vision is that we're still planning to invest billions of dollars per private sector into the energy sector in hydro. But what happened is, as I was trying to emphasize earlier, is given that the prices went really, it became difficult to find energy, but at the same time, the prices were very high. It was tenfold than what we were used 3 or 4 years ago. Now we've tried to attract in solar panels. Only 2 weeks ago, we just inaugurated one of the biggest solar panels farms in the Balkans, which produces 140 megawatts. And what we have also done is trying to attract other private investments from international actors, investors, in wind power as well. So we just opened a new tender and trying to attract this kind of investment. Now, even though we are 100%, as we mentioned earlier, 100% renewable in terms of producing with hydro electricity, you're still looking at the sky and hoping that this winter will be a lot of rain, so you need rain constantly. And now the vision is, and we have managed to, from 0 megawatts produced in solar panels, we want to achieve more than 500 megawatts within next year. And this transformation helps diversify production, so the economy is reliant and it doesn't have any costs or any disruption of energy. But at the same time, the other 6 countries, they use a lot of coal in the region in producing energy. So what is happening with these investments, hopefully, and what is happening is that we will also become exporters and try to reduce pollution in the region, and trying to go through the green transition for all the other countries as an incentive for them also to change the way they produce their own energy.
So exporting your energy to your neighbors in order to clean up the environment within your country and your surrounding countries. And we all know of the crucial role that sustainable investments play in long-term development, as you just mentioned. How is Albania really attracting private investments in the energy sector? Tell us more about the incentives that your government is offering to investors to attract them and to secure them.
The best thing for an investor is the security of their investment, whether they are going to have a clear legal framework. I mean, that's one of the most important parts. Either protected if there is let's say, a government change of policy, and also whether they find access to financing their projects. We have now 2 major power plants who are in solar panels that are financed and operated by a French company, which is more than 240 megawatts. Most of the hydro plants, up to $1 billion investment, are from Norwegian-based companies and American investors. And we're also working with the Emirati government to see, and the companies to see, and their interest is high to invest also in solar panels. Now, the guarantee is, at the time was, and it still is, an incentive in price and regulation, clear contract framework, and the purchasing agreement for the next 10 years. And we see that this has been successful because international banks and international actors like the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, also IFC, have become partners with local banks and the investors in these projects. And given that they've become successful, now there's a lot of demand, and we try to keep up with all demand that other companies are trying to get a license also to invest and to put their money, let's say, or expertise in Albania. As I said, our vision is to become a net exporter of green energy in the region, which obviously so far has become, as the data shows, it's been successful.
And speaking to you, we can tell that you're not just a sustainability expert, but you are in fact an economist, and you were Assistant Deputy Minister of Finance and Economy in Albania before your current position. As such, what advice do you have for the stakeholders and the leaders in this room on building international relationships?
I guess every country has its own history, and rather than always trying to find new opportunities and trying to, whatever is the trend in big institutions, you also have to bear in mind your tradition, your local know-how, and your geographical composition, or what your assets are. So in our case, we are lucky, given that we live in that part of the world that is close to the European market. But at the same time, geographically speaking, it has given us a good focus in protecting the environment, while at the same time trying to achieve economic growth. And having a sustainable public investments, where you take into account environmental costs, has become an opportunity for us to be one of the to achieve, at least in the next 10 to 15 years, at 44% in total energy consumption, which will become green, which is becoming the green transition, whereby you have public investment as well as attracting private investments, not just local but also international, but keeping in mind local know-how and local vision as well.
small country achieving great sustainability achievements. Congrats on all your success, and thank you so much for joining us today.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.